Hi, let's look at this particular question where we are trying to find the number of terms in the arithmetic progression 9, 17, 25 that must be taken to give a sum of 636. So what are the things that we know? We know A, which is the starting term. We know the sum of the n terms, which is Sn. We know the common difference, which is any difference between consecutive terms, 17 minus 9 or 25 minus 17, and all of them are equal to 8. So we know the common difference 8. What we have been asked to find, how many terms means alludes to that we need to find the value of n. So what is the formula that connects all of these things? It says Sn, there is the formula for sum of the first terms, which is Sn equal to n by 2 times 2a plus n minus 1 into t. Now 636 is equal to n by 2 times 2 into 9 plus n minus 1 into 8. Now I am going to take this 2 to the left hand side. 636 multiplied by 2, 1272 is equal to n times 18 plus 8n minus 8. In order to simplify, I am going to subtract this 8 from 18 and I have 8n square plus 10n equal to 1272. Bringing everything on the same side, I have 8n square plus 10n minus 1272 equal to 0. If I am trying to simplify this quadratic equation, I notice that all the numbers are divisible by 2. So dividing this equation by 2, what I have now is 4n square equal to 4n square plus 5n minus 636 equal to 0. A peculiar quadratic equation to be solved does not seem to yield easy answers. So I am going to use the formula minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a, the traditional formula to crack quadratic equations. So n is minus 5 plus or minus square root of 25, b square, 5 square is 25, minus 4a times minus 636. The square root covers all of these terms. The minus multiplied by this minus become a plus. By the way, this entire thing is divided by 2 times 4, which is 8. Minus 5 plus or minus square root of 25 plus, what I have is 4 into 4 into 636. Multiply these two 4s, I have 16, and I am going to multiply it with 636. If I do the multiplication, 6, 3 carry, 6 3s are 18, plus 3, 21, 1 with 2 carry, 6 6 are 36, plus 2, 38. This 1 multiplies and gives me 636. Add them, 6, 7, 1 and 1176. So this becomes 1176 divided by 8. Now this is minus 5 plus or minus square root of 10201 divided by 8. I am going to move on to the next page so that the calculations are clearer. So what is it that I have? I have the value of n equals minus 5 plus or minus square root of 10,201 divided by 8. I am going to take a step aside and try to remind you about something else. We all know that square root of 10,000 equal to 100, right? This, the other way of saying is 100 square is 10,000. Now remember, once you have 100 square, the way to go to 101 square is nothing but addition of a 100 and a 101, which takes you to 10,201. This applies at all levels. So we all know that 12 square is nothing but 144. How do I reach 13 square from 12 square? I just have to add 12 and 13 to take me to 169, which is 13 square, right? So just this was a sidebar to remind you a short way of calculating without actually doing the square root of 10,201. So we now know that square root of 10,201 is 101. So I have n minus 5 plus or minus 101 by 8. Now this is minus 106 divided by 8 or 96 divided by 8. We know that n cannot be negative. Why? Because n is the number of items. The other reason is also 106 divided by 8. It's not perfectly divisible. So we know that it's not going to yield an answer. Whereas 96 divided by 8 is 12. So we know that n is 12. The number of items it takes to go to. So n equal to 12 is the answer to this question. This is the traditional way to solve this question if you are writing a syllabus paper where the step marks are involved. The short way of doing this would be using a trial and error approach where it is more important to reach the correct answer in a short period of time without any reference to the steps. These will be used in competitive exams like SAT where nobody is bothered about the step marks. All that matters is whether you got the right answer. So they have asked us to find the value of n. So let's take a random first 10 terms. What is the 10th term of the series? It is 9 plus 10 minus 1 into 8, which is 9 plus 72, which is 81. And what is the sum of the first terms? S2 equal to n by 2 into a plus tn, which is equal to n by 2 into 9 plus 81, which takes me to 10 by 2 into 90, which is nothing but 450. So where am I? I am the sum of the first 10 terms is 450. I need to go to 636, which is all the way up here. So I am somewhere close by. Let's go number by the next number. The 11th number is going to be, my 11th term is 90, because we know that my 10th term is 81. I add 8 to it, so that makes it 89. And what is my S11? Is nothing but 450 plus 89, which is 539. What is my, when I go to one more terms, when T12 is nothing but 89 plus 8, which is 97. My S12 is 539 plus 97, which is 636. Great. Wonderful. I have found a match here. 636 is the sum that I need. 12 is the number of items that take me to that particular position. So 12 is the right answer. I am also going to use this sum to teach something else, rather remind you about something else. Let me go back to the previous calculation. Let me go back to this ugly quadratic equation that we had. Right? So let me write it again. 8n square. So what do I have here? I have 8n square plus 10n minus 1272 equal to 0. Simplifying, dividing by 2, 4n square plus 5n minus 636 equal to 0. So I have a situation where I need to come up with two factors of 4 and 636. The product of the 4 and 636 minus 636, and in such a way that the difference between the two factors should be equal to 5, which means the two factors are fairly close to each other. They are divided only by 5 terms. Split them. I have 2 here, I have 2 here. I divide this by 2, I have 318. I divide this by 2, I have 159. I divide this by 3, I have 53. Great. Now 53 is a prime number. I'm not going to be able to break this any further. Multiply all the other terms. 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3. So I have 3 threes are 9. 3 threes are 9. 9 twos are 18. 18 twos are 36. 36 twos are 72. 72 into 2 is 144. So I have 144 and 53. The product of these two terms is same as 4 into 36. But of course the difference between these two terms is vast. It is almost like 98. So how do I make this smaller? If I divide this by 2, then I'm going to, shall I just cross check this? 2 into, oops, I'm sorry. So we have taken, this was 318, which I mistook as 3. So it is just 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 53. Great. I multiply these terms. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16, 16 3s are 48. Wonderful. I have two numbers whose difference is 5 and their product is the same as 4 into 636. So I just need to substitute them as 4n square plus 53n minus 48n minus 636 equal to 0. So taking n common, I have 4n plus 53. Taking 12 minus 12 common, I have 4n plus 53 equal to 0. So what do I have? I have 4n plus 53 into n minus 12 equal to 0. So n is either minus 53 by 4 or 12. We know that it cannot be minus 53 by 4 for reasons mentioned earlier. N cannot be negative. N is also the number of terms, which means it cannot be a negative number. So we know that n is 12. So there is this one single question in which we have learned multiple things. One is quadratic equation, breakup of a tough quadratic equation, and short way of solving the same question. I hope this helped. Thank you very much. Have a good day.